This campaign has been compared to the coronavirus on television. We have been described as the Nazi army marching across France, etc., etc. As we come into the last several months of this campaign, what I hope very much is that what we can focus on is an issue-oriented campaign which deals with the concerns of the American people. As some of you may recall, the last debate that took place really was, I think, insulting to the American people. It was a food fight. It was about who could yell the loudest. That's not what the American people want. They want a serious debate on serious issues. Joe Biden is somebody I have known for many years. I like Joe. I think he's a very decent human being. Joe and I have a very different voting record. Joe and I have a very different vision for the future of this country. And Joe and I are running very different campaigns. And my hope is that in the coming months, we will be able to debate and discuss the very significant differences that we have. Joe is running a campaign which is obviously heavily supported by the corporate establishment. At last count, he has received funding from at least 60 billionaires. 60 billionaires. Our campaign has received more campaign contributions from more Americans, averaging $18.50 than any campaign in the history of our country. And by the way, I would offer Joe, because I know the issue of health care, among many other issues, is such an enormously important issue. I would hope that instead of having a debate where we have to spend 28 seconds trying to respond to a complicated issue, maybe we can spend an hour talking about why the United States is the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all people through something like a Medicare for All single-payer program. Yes, ma'am.
Senator, in 2016, you won Michigan. This has now become a swing state. Donald Trump flipped that state later on in the general election. Do you have to win that state to prove again that you can beat him in a general?
Well, look, I have said, I'm asked every day, do you have to win this state? Do you have to win that state? You know, I wish we could win all of the states.
But you won that over Hillary in 2016.
We won it by a few points. Look, we are going in there with a full expectation and the hope that we will win. Michigan is obviously an enormously important state. State I feel very comfortable in. We're going to be going to Michigan within a few days. And I think some of the issues that the people of Michigan are concerned about are trade. And they were devastated. They were devastated by trade agreements like NAFTA and PNPR.
Great journalism minds think alike. Bernie Sanders there getting asked the same question that I asked Jamil Smith and Christina Bellantoni just a moment ago. Does Bernie Sanders need to win Michigan in order to prove that he is the most electable? Bernie Sanders neglecting to say that he does need to win it, but does say that he expects to do quite well there. What you saw and what you're seeing right now with Bernie Sanders and this news conference is him putting Joe Biden squarely in his crosshairs. He is now making it seem, or saying, that it is a race between him and Joe Biden, and by the delegate count, he is correct about that. He's also talking about hoping to have more substantial issue-based arguments, and with just two people, potentially three on the debate stage, you're going to get more of that. So this race is about to change, and it is going to be about two different versions of how to lead America: the Joe Biden vision, the restoration, and the Bernie Sanders vision, the revolution.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.